Welcome to the Soul of Innovation podcast. I am Thomas Anglero, recovering from a fever. I apologize, sweaty, but I wanted to share with you an important experience I had this week, something I learned about the difference between people. And it's about how to prepare yourself for when times are hard, how to push yourself so that you know that when times get really hard, you got what it takes to make it. So let me tell you a story. I had a meeting with 3 people this week, and I was telling them how I prep myself, how I purposely put myself in an impossible situation when things are absolutely fine. Because just specifically, so that when things get really, really hard, I know in a moment's notice I could push a button and I'm good to go. Nothing can stop me. So I told them just this past weekend, I went to a sauna. And the sauna is usually 60 degrees Celsius. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, sorry. But this time went to the sauna, it was 78 degrees Celsius. That is hot. That's like 130 degrees Fahrenheit or something. It is hot. And as soon as I sat in that sauna, I turned the dial on the wall, is the sand dial, and it sets for 30 minutes. And as soon as I sat down, my mind kicked in of fear and panic. It came up with so many excuses to get the hell out of that room because it was hot. And right at that moment, I knew, I understood that this was my moment to conquer my mind. The mind is going to play tricks on you. The mind is going to do things. It's always going to default to, I won't say the passive least resistance, but it's always going to want to protect you. But it's your job to make your mind strong. So you and your mind are one, but you got to build it up. It's sort of like you have to you have to be a personal trainer to your mind as if it's your weight room, and you have to push that person to lift more weights to get stronger. And that's the same thing you got to do in your mind. Say, no, this is not bad. We can do this. Do not give in to those thoughts. So as I sat there, my mind came up saying, well, Thomas, you could pass out. We could get dizzy. This is really hot. This is not healthy. All these excuses were coming up, and I ignored it. Well, I recognized it, and I told my mind, no, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. No excuses are getting me out of this room, this sauna. I sat there, battling with my mind, saying, no, this is not that hot. It's all in the mind. This is not painful. It's all in the mind. I could be in a worse situation, and that's the one that really pushed me through the sauna. I kept on telling myself I could be in a worse situation because I've been in worse situations. This is nothing compared to that. I have friends and family who've been sick in worse situations. They've gone through worse. I could sit in a sauna. It's pathetic. And after 30 minutes, the last grain of sand fell, and I left that sauna. Knowing then, when I left that room, I then knew that I am stronger than my mind, and my mind is now stronger than where it was. And together, my mind and I, we are ready for whatever comes. It's your job. You must train your mind. You must train you. You must train your instincts to say, I can handle whatever comes my way, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how uncomfortable it is, and no matter when it comes, I got this. I told the story to these 3 people, and they were looking at me. I looked like I was out of my freaking mind. They thought it was crazy. I asked them, how do you harden yourself? They didn't understand my question. They understand life is supposed to be all about having fun, get funding, enjoy yourself. And if the startup fails, so what? Move on to the next job. But what about the investors who just gave you millions of dollars and they lost all their money? It's not my problem. That's not the way to go through life. Life is about ups and downs, and you have to harden yourself. You have to prepare yourself. It is up to you to get yourself ready. It's not up to anybody else. When you get sick and you go to a hospital, yes, it is the doctors there to help you. But if you would have prepared yourself, and maybe if you were unlucky, then you ended up in the hospital. But maybe if you'd taken care of yourself in the beginning, you would have never ended up in the hospital, and now you have to depend upon the doctors. You should have been depending upon yourself in the beginning so you didn't end up in the hospital. You have to harden yourself all the time. Life is what it is, and it's hard sometimes, and therefore you must prepare yourself for those hard times. Go forth and spread beauty and light and harden yourself. Find a moment that is easy and make it hard. For example, I do it all the time. Hold your breath. Excuse me, the fever. Oh, still sweaty. Hold your breath. Go for 2 minutes. And that's the starting point. It's a fun game. But you should be able to hold your breath for 2 minutes without a problem. And then you go for 2.5 minutes. And then you go for 3 minutes. And then you go for 4. It's just a mind game. Because when you realize, when you're holding your breath, and you're like, I can't breathe anymore, I can't breathe anymore. All you have to do is open your mouth, open your nose, and you breathe. It's not life-threatening. It's a game. It's a game that you're playing with your mind, to harden your soul, to harden your thoughts, to make you understand that you can conquer no matter what's thrown after you, or thrown at you, I apologize. That you are in control of your life and that nothing can kill you. I don't need air. I can hold my breath for 2, 3, 4 minutes. I can survive anything. You could put me in oppressive heat. I can survive that. That mindset, I can get through anything, is what's going to get you through everything. I say this because I love you. I want you never to feel like a victim. I want you to be so damn confident. But the only way you're going to get there is to harden yourself. And hardening yourself is not about torturing someone else. That's not it. It's not about yelling at somebody and then they yell back at you and say, I could take that. No. Hardening yourself is all about you inside of your bubble. Take a cold shower. That's a simple one. Start with the water being warm in a shower. Make it colder, 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 all the way till you turn it where it's just ice cold. And you're standing there. And you don't feel it. Harden yourself. Understand that it's the mind that your mind that you need to conquer. And once you conquer your mind, there's nothing that can stop you. And there's no one that can hurt you. No comment from any idiot out there will ever affect you. Everyone's going to criticize you. But once you've hardened yourself, it doesn't matter. You're impenetrable. You've created your own kryptonite. And that's you. I love you. Take care of yourself. Until next time.